To the tutorial for Openshot. This is a basic introduction to some of the tools and techniques you can use to video edit on here. It's a very powerful tool, but it's also fairly straightforward to use, and the big thing is that it's free to download, so you can get this on your own computers and work from home if you'd like. Okay, so it's available from openshot.org. And it's just a simple case of then going to the downloads area here, click on that, choosing whether you want to download it for Linux, Mac or Windows, and then making sure that you download the actual version here rather than clicking on any of the adverts. Okay, simple as that. Once you've downloaded it, find it on your PC, install it, and once you've installed it, you can open up Openshot like this. Okay, on this left hand side here, we've got the project files area. That's where you can put your audio files, your image files, and video files that you're going to be working on. Okay, that's just like a storage area. On the right hand side here, we've got our video playback area, video preview. So I can press play on here. I've got forward, rewind, and jump to start and jump to end. Okay. Here we have the track area, and this is basically where you edit your videos, clip them up and things like that. So the thing to remember on here is that the one at the top is the one that shows. Okay, so if you put two video tracks or two images on here, if one's below, it gets blotted out by the top one. Okay. Simplest way to get videos and files into Openshot is to drag and drop. So I've already got my folder here with my files that I want to use. So I've got my image file, my audio file, and my video file, and I am just going to drag them onto the area and drop them. Simple as that. Okay, so I've got my picture, my audio track, and my video file. Okay, some audio files may come up with images. Don't worry too much about that. As I say, if you put them below your video track, the images won't show. So what we're going to do now is drag and drop our video file onto our tracks here, and I've put it onto the top one. Okay, so you can now play through.
You'll see his strokes with the racket removed from.
And you'll notice that this thing here moves around. This is the playhead. Now I can also drag that around and position it where I like. If I right click on it, I get the option slice all. Okay, and you'll see what this does in a second. I've got options to trim my video from here. At the moment, I'm going to keep both sides, but if you selected keep left side, it would delete the right part of the video. So that might be useful if you don't want anything after that point. And if you keep the right side again after that point, so maybe at the beginning and the ends of your video, if you had things that you wanted to trim off, that might be an easy way to do it. But my video is quite short and it's quite punchy already, so I'm just going to keep both sides and slice it here. So I'll just press that button now, and you can see what it does. It sort of creates two separate bits here. I'll do that again for you. Keep both sides, and you can see it's snipped it up. Along the top here, you can see the time, and you can see that this video is really quite short, so it's only about 17 seconds long. Okay, so some of the things that I'm going to show you won't look particularly fantastic on here. Don't worry too much about that. It will look better with your videos. Okay, next thing to do once we've done that is we can reposition our videos, our video slices, our video clips. Okay, so I can move them around within this space here. So I'm going to move that bit to the middle. Move them around here. Okay, so moving them around enables you to put them in the order that you would like. Once you've done that, you might notice that the videos jump between each other. We can address that situation later. Another thing you can also do is add a picture. So I'm just going to drag and drop the picture into that gap. Okay, and you'll see there that it's added my picture. So we've got those clips. I'm playing it through, and as I say, it just literally just jumps from one into the other at the moment. How I can address that is by dragging the videos across. Now what I'm doing here is I'm creating a transition. The length of the overlap that you have will be the length of that transition. Okay, so it will fade in and fade out based on how long you do that for. Okay, as I said, the video I'm using is quite short. The overlaps won't be great, but it will give you an idea of what's happening. Okay, once I've let go, you can see here you've got this transition displayed. Okay, if you get the overlap wrong, press the undo button. Okay, and move it back to where you were. So I'm going to just do that for this video here, for this part of the video here. Slide that across again, and you can see now, rather than fading in and fade, rather than just jumping, it fades in and fades out nicely. Okay, by right-clicking on the video, you can apply a fade in and a fade out automatically to the end of clips or the entire video if you would like. Okay, that might be something that you would like to do as well. You can leave in parts of the videos without transitions, and this will enable you to adjust the volume of the video. So you can have the entire clip at a lower volume level. Say for this one you don't want the comments or the audio coming through on the video. You want to add something like music there instead. So I can drop that all the way to 0, and that silenced that part of the video. Okay, so talking of audio files, I'm just going to drag my audio file onto my track, and remembering to put that on track 4. I've now got my video ready, and it will have music on it when I play it. You'll notice here that my video ends before my audio happens. Before my audio ends. Now, what will happen if you export your video at this stage? You'll get a video that has a lot of music on it, however long your audio track is, and not very much video. Okay, so you'll want to trim the audio track down. So how I can do that is exactly the same as I would for the video. I just right click, I set slice, and in this case, because I'm not necessarily worried about what part of the audio track I keep, I'm just going to delete the right side, and I'm just going to move that back to where it was. You could delete the left side as well, and that would trim it up as well. Okay, and that trims it down to the first point, to the end point of the audio. Okay, so you can chop and change and get exactly where the music that you would like from the audio track is. That's brilliant. Or do as I do, and I've just randomly cropped it up there. Okay, you'll still get music. As I say, I can slice that up as well. So if I drag my playhead to here, and remember where I had my low volume of my audio on my video, if I right click here, I can put a slice in, keeping both sides. I can put a slice in here. Again, keeping both sides. And I can adjust the volume level on that part of the video. So I can select entire clip, I can adjust that. You'll notice that I've got the options to fade in and fade out. I could do that as well. So I could apply both a higher volume or a lower volume to my music and fade out that part of the clip. I could also fade the music in at the start of the video using that method as well, and fade it out at the end. So it just gives you that professional feel for your video. Okay, so that's covered a lot of the basics here. What I'm going to show you how to do now is how to save your project file. Now, your project file is not your finished article. Your project file is it's just going to save this working area. So say I've had enough for one day, or I'm going to be kicked out of a lab, or whatever circumstances you can think of that will stop you doing this. I need to save the work I've got. So I'm going to go to save file and save project as. Okay, I would recommend saving this to your OneDrive. However, I'm just going to save it to my desktop here, and I'm going to save this in my Openshot folder, just so you can see for its simple ease. I'm going to call this one tennis. Click on save, and you'll notice up here it's now called tennis. Okay, so that's saved my project file. My project file, you'll see now, is in my file area, and you've also got tennis assets, which is the information that Openshot is storing about your video. Okay, now I can export my video, and this is actually the finished article. This is the thing that you can submit for presentation assessments. You can share between other people. You could even edit it further at a later stage. If I click on File, Export Project, and Export Video, I can then choose where I'm saving that video file. I would recommend, unless you know what all of these mean, that you don't adjust them. Okay, I would only adjust where you save the file, and this one's fine. I'm saving it into my Openshot folder and the file name. Once you're happy with that, click on Export Video. You'll notice that even for a 15-second video, this is taking some time. That's something to bear in mind if you've got a big project and a long file. This might take some time to render. Okay, so this is not the sort of thing to do 5 minutes before the assessment deadline. This is something to do at least the day before. Okay, and then you'll have your video saved. It does give you a time remaining up at the top here and a percentage of how complete it is. So it will give you some idea of how long it's going to take. Okay, I'll just wait for that to complete. Okay, it's 100% done. Click on Done, go to my Openshot folder, and you can see I've now got a tennis file here at 30 megabytes. Okay, so that's shown you how to clip a video up, how to delete some sections that you don't like, add an audio track, add an image, add transitions between them, and fade in and fade out the volume levels on your audio and your video. It's also shown you how to save your project and save a video. Okay, we're more than happy to help. We're part of the video analysis learning support team. You have got a link on your My Beckett called Sport Learning Resources that will enable you to access some material and our contact details. You can also email us at video-analysis-learning-support@leedsbeckett.ac.uk. Okay, really don't hesitate to contact us. We're more than willing to help. Let us know if there's anything that you need. Okay, thanks for listening.